This is a follow-up to my report on the Fort Hood incident. As some of you will recall who saw that report, I emphasized that Nidal Hassan was not on anybody's radar, or at least anybody willing to admit he was on their radar. And I think there's a lot of problems I have with this because I truly believe he should have been on people's radar. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of evidence has been gathered to suggest that there were enormous concerns about the things he said, the things he did, the things he said he intended to do in view of the fact that he was a major in the United States Army. So let's look at a little bit of the evidence now. I think one of the most important things is a connection with a very charismatic cleric in a mosque in Falls Church, Virginia. This man's name is Anwar al-Awlaki, A-L-A-W-L-A-K-I, al-Awlaki. Mr. al-Awlaki's background would suggest that, well, in the softest terms, I would say he is a part of the radical Islamic sect or faction. It's been proven time and again as we look at his writings, things that he said, people that he's associated with, that he would be accurately placed in that category. Now, if Mr. Nidal Hassan is going to that mosque, knows this man well, is emailing him constantly, it shows that there is an influence there that should raise concern. Mr. al-Awlaki also was known to meet with at least two of the people who were responsible for flying those planes into the World Trade Center in 2001. I think that the other concerns may not be directly related to Mr. Nidal Hassan, but nonetheless, the association was clear. People knew about it. It should have raised concerns. There should have been more attention paid to the people he knew and the people that he considered his friends. The last thing I'll say Mr. al-Awlaki did that was of enormous concern was to post on his website a great endorsement of the killings at Fort Hood by Mr. Hassan, basically cheering him on, saying that this was a jihadist triumph. And now, of course, everybody must be embarrassed who knew about this connection. I think it's also very, very important to look at some of the things he said and wrote, Mr. Hassan I'm referring to now, by fellow colleagues in the Army, by friends, by classmates. He did make a comparison that was absolutely extraordinary. He said that the suicide bombers can be compared to a person who, say, jumps on a grenade to save their friends. If that's his formulation, if that's the way he looks at a suicide bomber, again, should he be serving in the United States Army? Should he be a major in the United States Army? During all these things coming to light, he was promoted from captain to major in the United States Army. Again, I am not saying that anyone should conclude that he was a terrorist, that this was a planned terrorist event. I don't think we can conclude that. I don't think there's enough evidence right now. But what the evidence does make in a very compelling way is that the people in authority, the people in charge, the people he was accountable to should have been investigating, should have evaluated him, and perhaps removed him from the U.S. military service. I am sure more evidence is going to come to light in the coming weeks and as the trial occurs, and I will follow up on this report.